The governor is not from Lagos State. The deputy governor is not from Lagos State. The speaker of the House of Assembly is not from Lagos State. The senators representing Lagos West is not from Lagos State. Senator representing Lagos East is not from Lagos State. The late Bayo Oshinowo. Senator representing Lagos Central, they are not from Lagos State. Half of the commissioners presently appointed in Lagos State, they are not from Lagos State. Half of the members of the House of Reps are not from Lagos State. For instance, even Senator, if you are saying, if what you are saying that you are trying to just give false information. We all know that James Faleke contested for governor in Kogi State. He even challenged the election up to Supreme Court level in Kogi, while you are still a sitting members of the House of Reps in Lagos. Can you claim 2 local governments? Can you claim 2 states? You have to claim 1. If you are saying that you have spent 10 years in Lagos to contest, did you also spend 10 years in Kogi? Were you staying in 2 states simultaneously? These are questions of law. That's why we now feel that this thing is actually unbecoming. The only thing we can do, we have been shouting, there have been several groups in Lagos State. There is a co-foundation, there is a Bile group, there are Awori group, there are Ibejebu groups, everybody. But yet, nothing has been done. We now feel that what we can do now is to use the due process of the law to challenge the government of Lagos State and that's the federal government of Nigeria. That the time is ripe and the time is now for the inclusion of Lagos State in the governance. We have challenged them in court. We have filed a suit already at the Federal High Court. This between Barrister Yakubu Eleto and the Federal Character Commission and others. In suit number FHC/L/CS/1465/2020. Is that it has been assigned to Justice Liman of the Federal High Court, Lagos State, and is coming up December 15th at the Federal High Court for mention. That in the last 2 decades, marginalization and alienation of Lagos State has gotten to the crescendo. That we have non-indigene governing us in Lagos State, and the non-indigenes have been so heartless and merciless to the point that they have felt that the only thing they can do is to relegate the indigenes of Lagos State to the background and not involved in the governance of the state. We continue to say that even if there are provisions of the Constitution that allows that if you have stayed in a place for a certain year, you have rights to be voted for and to also vote. If you have those rights, must you also after winning such election and getting that position relegate the indigenes of that? We are not saying non-indigenes don't have right to appointment too, but when there are competent indigenes, the competent one will be given preference. Are you going to tell us that there are no competent indigenes in Lagos State? We have successful business tycoons, we have successful entrepreneurs, we have successful professors of law, we have successful senior advocate of Nigeria, we have people who have become successful in different areas of endeavors. Why are you alienating them? Even according to the United Nations Universal Declaration on the right of the indigenous people, United Nations make it very clear that irrespective of anything, you must not alienate, you must not eradicate indigenes, natives of an area from the area. Now let me give an illustration. If you are talking about conservation of natural resources, if you are talking about conservation of the environment, if you are talking about protection of the entire earth, and there is a course called environmental law talking about conservation, talking about prevention of the environment, what are we now going to say of indigenes of an area? It also means that it is not, we didn't put ourselves here, we're put here by what? By the Almighty God, by nature. If you are here by nature, does not mean that governance of this should erode everybody by what? In the process of governance. So if you have been here, we can't go to any other state to agitate and advocate for anything. We will not be given a chance. We also joined the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party for on behalf of all other political parties that if they will feed the candidates into election, they should feed indigenes of that state for election. That is when you are respecting natural justice. That is when you are respecting equity. That's when you are respecting good conscience. And that is the reason why we have come together, and we will not stop. We will continue to agitate until our voice is heard. We are aware of so many propaganda against the judiciary, but the fact is that as a lawyer, as a legal practitioner, I won't say much about that. We have filed a suit, we have argued our position with affidavit and written address. We have complied with the position of the law, and we believe strongly that the positions that we have canvassed in court, we are going to get justice.